cabin.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We're out here doing a little restoration video. Now I know a lot of you guys have commented that you actually like to see me work on something and actually do the process. Now we have the Winfield, which is down here in the pan, in the garage, the old oil drip pan that I use for the Dodge. But since it's going to be just kind of screwed up with old paint, it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of, you know, it's where all the dirt goes. Anyway, it's right here. Got it right here, waiting to go. See, I took all the bits off of it, the globe out, the burner and cone off, and I left the fuel cap on there just so nothing gets into the fount, because the fount is more or less clean, and it was burning. It was a burning lantern before I bought it. Anyway, so I wanted to just, you know, tackle the dirt and the rust. Well, not the rust so much. I hope it stays. I know it will, but it's got some really old silver paint on here, and it's flaking off. And I know I usually like old paint, but that old paint is not happy old paint, and it's definitely flaking off around the skirt. And I've never been a big fan of silver paint to begin with. I mean, it depends what it is, but lanterns, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I believe there's a really nice lantern under there. So we will be doing this. This is the second Winfield we stripped. How about that? And we're doing the same style on the iPhone. I sense a theme. A Winfield iPhone video trend. Yeah, anyways, I've wanted a Cyclone cold blast for a number of years since I saw one. I thought that's a really neat looking lantern. And, you know, it's fun. I've mentioned this before. When I got back into kerosene lanterns, I was more into hot blast. I really like the hot blast. I still do. But cold blasts have kind of, you know, gathered around me in the dark alley smoking cigarettes and flipping coins like, hey, you want to like us too, see? Yeah, not really, but you get the idea. They just, you know, sitting there enjoying them burn. They really are quite bright and very nice, and they burn very well. The old ones are great. And I also associate with a camping page on Facebook that does historic 1910s through 1930s style camping with even the cars. I mean, they own the cars, they own the tents, they own everything. But one thing I noticed that they don't have are period lanterns. I know that seems like a minor thing, because you can go to, you know, some Army Navy surplus store or Walmart and buy brand new tubulars. They're cold blast Chinese ones, and they're like, oh, what's the difference? This is how they were. They've been making them the same way for 100 years. No, not really. Well, the same style, but I mean the quality. You get it. That's why we're all here. It's because we appreciate and understand the style and the quality of these things, and they really are. And people are like, well, what's the difference? And when they see the difference, they're like, oh, okay, well, it makes sense now. If you collect any antique, you can tell. We all notice the craftsmanship is always superior to what's made today in general. We have technology, but we traded technology in for craftsmanship. Anyways, I'll stop talking now and I'll start getting into that. So join me back in a minute. Stay tuned.
Beware of the skin game. Men, every morning when you go to take your daily shave, you come face to face with the world's greatest skin game.
Yes, shaving's no fun.
But you can beat the daily skin game. Just switch to the proved way, the Palmolive Brushless Shaving Cream way, to smoother, more comfortable shaves every day. Velvet Smooth Palmolive Brushless wilts the toughest whiskers, actually protects your skin with a soft film that floats your razor's cutting edge. The Palmolive Brushless way was tested by over 1,200 men following package directions. And 3 out of 4 reported beards easier to cut, less razor pull.
Smoother.
More comfortable.
Yes, more comfortable shave.
Try the Palmolive Brushless Shaving Cream way tomorrow. And men, to top off that perfect shave, use the lotion that cools in seconds and soothes for hours. It's new Palmolive Aftershave Lotion.
Okay, friends, I know that we got the light coming in from the garage, but we're shaking up our little can of oven cleaner here. I got one on standby because I think I don't have a whole lot in here, but we're going to shake it up real good, and we're going to start applying this. So sorry if the world seems like it's shaking. It's hard to shake one thing and hold the camera still. Anyways, I think we're good. All right, start just, you know, just covering spots with the stripper, you know. Yeah, someone really covered this thing with paint at one time. So we're going to just go around here. Yeah. It looks like it's kind of acting fast. I think this paint was pretty tired to begin with. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to take much. I hope not. I don't want a tough job. I mean, do any of us really? But it's also just key ingredient when doing this here on removing paint with oven cleaner. You want a good ventilation. Excuse me, it's getting strong in here. I'm going to turn on my fan here. Excuse me. Whoa, see? Don't do what I did by not turning on the fan before. You want to do that. Anyways. Now we got some breeze. We got some ventilation going on. Good. Good. You know, this stuff is also very flammable, so you want to keep it away from flames. Yeah, I'm not smoking when I'm doing this here. Anyways, just coat it all. You know, get as much on there as you can, or till the can is completely gone, which that is. Yeah. All right, you get the idea. Excuse me. I'm not dying, I swear. And if I do, well, this is the last you'll see from me. Just kidding. Anyway, there we go. We're smothered and covered in oven cleaner, and we'll be back in a few minutes, okay? All right, stay tuned.
This is the Dumont Television Network.
Guys, look how bubbly and everything looks. That paint really is not liking the oven cleaner. It really is seeming to be coming off and reacting to it. So look at all over the pan. It's reacting to the grease in the pan. Well, it is oven cleaner, and that is an old pizza pan, so it seems like it's doing its proper job. Anyways, we're going to put on some gloves. I have gloves this time. Yeah, I know I didn't have gloves last time, which was a mistake, but O-Cedar, classic Puretex hand savers. Yeah, good stuff. So I'm going to put those on, and I'm going to start using some abrasive, not too abrasive, but, you know, some scouring pads or, you know, wire brush, and see what happens with that paint. I'm not going to go at it very vigorously because I do want to preserve whatever age or finish is underneath the paint. So we'll see. Join me back in a few minutes.
Sorry I'm late, Saul. I was out with a scar last night.
See you in the morning.
Well, we're trying something here. Sorry. I just put these gloves on, so I haven't touched anything, if you're curious why I'm touching my eye. Anyways, I have the phone balancing on a thing on the side of the garage, so that's why I'm crouching on my chair. I want to get this in view here. So now I'm going to be handling the lantern. As you can see, it's snack, crackle, popping here, like a bowl of Rice Krispies. And so I think we're going to start using, I cut a little swatch of green Scotch pad, so we're going to see if any of this is actually coming off. So, yeah, no, it doesn't look like it's really falling off like I was hoping. It looks like it's taking off some of the dirt, but this is old paint. And that's the thing to remember, folks, because if you're going to be removing old paint, definitely wear protection. These at least. Yeah, these absolutely at least, because when we're dealing with old paint from the 1920s or whatever, the chances of lead, it's almost a guarantee. Yeah, leaded paint was very prominent in that era, and so you're going to want to be smart about it. And there's a good chance that I won't be able to really make a big dent in the paint on this thing today, even though it looks like it's really going at it. Here we are. We just hosed off. Yes, I did hose it off with water in the backyard in a dirt patch so whatever runoff wouldn't damage the grass. Anyways, I cleaned it first and then rinsed it all off to get high pressured water, get as much out of the nook and crannies as possible. As you can see, there's still some there, not much, but it will come off. It'll come off. You know, we're about 90, 95, 6, 7, right in there. We're pretty close. I mean, it's not much. There's just some in the corners, and that's really not bad. And look at, I mean, this is revealing. You know, underneath here, that wasn't painted. I will probably use some tank sealer at some point to, you know, seal it up. Okay, someone's using their hands-free phone in their truck that just passed, and it was really loud. It's kind of funny. I don't think people really know how loud it is. They might be able to hear it fine in their vehicle, but everyone else is included in your conversation. Anyways, just a lesson to those who do hands-free phone calls in your vehicles. Just maybe turn the volume down a little bit, unless you want everyone to hear you, especially being outside. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Anyways, sorry for the sidetrack, but we're gonna keep working on this stuff. So we're almost there. This is looking to be really cool. Pretty happy about it. Awesome. Catch you guys soon. Okay, friends, we're back out here in the garage. I just soaked this. I'm having one of these here. I just soaked this in WD-40. I'm going to give it a little gentle scrub down, but I'm letting it soak so it just gets in there real nice and good. I got as much of the paint off without doing any, you know, real abrasive scrubbing because, well, I don't want to ruin the finish. Notice I'm trying not to say the P word. Anyways, it will look great. It's going to look really nice. Some of the little traces of paint that's still there is there. There's one there. You know, it's okay. It's all right. I'm going to take care of that rust there. There's a little bit of flash rust going on, but I'm letting the WD-40 do its thing. Got up in there. This is going to be great. Look, there's a little bit there. I'm going to use the wire brush. I have to get that out of between the wire there. But all in all, this thing's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a really nice lantern, and I'm really excited because, well, you know, I've wanted one of these for a while, and I like the dark finish, as you well know. You are no strangers to my taste, and I think we're going to have a really nice piece. Right now, I'm soaking the bale in the oven cleaner, and the burner over there had some oven cleaner on it because there was the stem, had some paint, and it's just gross. Anyways, we're getting it done. Okay, cool. See you back with a finished product. Little victory puff here. Yeah, I did. I finished it. I haven't fueled it yet. That looks a lot better. Yeah, it does. So without further ado, I'll bring it up here. Winfield, Warren. Number 2 Cold Blast Cyclone. Wow. That looks a lot better than that old cruddy silver paint. I know. Some of you might have liked it. For that, I'm sorry. I know I like a patina finish, a nice aged paint. But when it comes to silver, it just was gloopy, crusty, and it was flaking on the skirt, and it was not very pretty. Now that I not necessarily need my lanterns to be quote-unquote pretty, or could a tubular lantern really be pretty in maybe the classic sense of the word, but that's not ours to decide. For us collectors, we like these things, and they're really kind of neat. This thing will most likely be burning tonight, and yeah, see, I did give it a little polish. The color is not coming through here. Let me bring it up closer so you can see it. It does have patina. Yeah, it does. The nasty old P word, but look at that. You can see some. But the lighting out here with the natural light coming from the outside of the garage is really spoiling the effect. But there will be pictures that will show and illustrate exactly what we're dealing with. So, pretty cool? I think so. I think it's a mission accomplished. Yeah, look at that. Came out really well. Very nice. And, you know, this thing had good bones. Absolutely. Really good bones. And since it was a burning lantern, it was workable, it was working before I did anything to it. When I bought it, Russell did test it out and made sure it burned okay. And it doesn't necessarily have a leak, it just had a couple little damp spots that are there. I might address those. We'll see how they go. I didn't really scrub anything, I just kind of cleaned it. So it should be fine still. There was another wick that I found in the fountain, because the one that was in the burner was a little short, so I put the reserve wick in it. And I thought I had a wick that would fit this. It takes a 1-inch wick, not a 7/8. So I have 7/8, but it was just a little too small. Anyway, we got it good. We got it done, and it actually works a lot better. Yeah, at least I think it does. I mean, I oiled all the parts and nice and smooth. Yeah. Now, you know, it does have that look. It's nice and dark metal. And you'll see that it had rust on it. So when I took the paint off, I did get flash rust. And there was rust that existed underneath the paint to begin with. Because sometimes if something flakes, water will get in there and moisture will build and start rusting underneath the paint. And I think that's really what was happening here in this case. But I cleaned it, okay. I did my WD-40 thing. Went over it light with one of those green Scotch pads, right? Got a little swatch and went over it. And got it nice and clean. Hosed it off in the backyard with the power nozzle, okay. And dried it all off, sat in the sun, and it dried off very nicely. And then I oiled it again with a garage door opener cleaner. Actually, it's an oil, it's a lubricant, which I actually have an automatic garage door, so I should probably use some of that on the garage door. But anyhow, but it's nice because I left what am I trying to say? Left the lantern in the sun. See, I'm trying to say lantern and sun at the same time. That's a problem. I'm addressing it. Anyways, I left the lantern in the sun and let it warm up. And what I was told by some of the others is that if you use the 3-in-1 garage door opener lubricant, it will darken the metal a little bit. And so I put it on there, let it sit on there for about 20 or so minutes, and it did darken it a little bit. And then I wiped it all off, got it all off, and rubbed it into the metal. And then the rust turned orange, like a light orange, and it was very noticeable. I'm like, well, as much as I like a surface rust look, that didn't look very good. It didn't look even, and it didn't look very natural. So what I did is I had to go to O'Reilly and buy some polish. Now, this is the big can, and it's about $15 a can. But it's worth it because this stuff is what I use. And I swear by this stuff. This is one of the best polishes commercially you can buy. Okay? Others. It's really good stuff. And this is the big one. So this will last me probably more than a year. Several years. Depends on how much I use it. But The last can lasted probably maybe 3 years or more. I don't use it, and it only takes a little bit at a time to really get the job done. And so when I applied this with a shop towel, and I use these blue shop towels all the time, okay, and I went all over it, and most of the rust that was noticeable was down here around the skirt and in the corners and up around the reflector, okay, this little smoke bell type of reflector thing, okay. And that's what it does. It helps reflect some light down, even though it's not very wide. It does that, and it really blended it all in. So it takes that orange rust and you work it in. You rub it in real good, and it turns it into a dark brown. So you don't have to use any linseed oil to get that dark look. You just rub that in, and it turns. See it? You see it's all noticeable, very even. It's very even looking. So, I did that, and it came out, I think, really, really good. It looks nice. I might even do the same polish job on some of the other lanterns I have that I haven't been able to do because I was completely out of it. But yeah, there we go. Cool. So I think this is a done deal. I think this Winfield Cyclone is finished. And I know that there's guys that have these that have the copper felt ones. And those are cool. I'm not going to lie. I like those as well. Set my pipe there just for a second. And it's funny because, like, as the, just a little diversion here, as the polish starts to dry, it will leave a little bit of a foggy little film. It'll turn white. As it dries, it turns white. As it looks in the tin, because in the tin, it's a white paste. It's not clear. It's not an oily, goopy thing. It's kind of a white paste. And when it dries, then it will leave a white film. And you can just buff it out. And it only does that because you didn't buff it out the first time as well as you should. But you can't see it when it's still on the damp side. So as it dries, you'll want to address those little spots that show kind of a ghosty white film that looks, it doesn't look very pretty. Anyways, the nice thing about Mothers I do appreciate and do like, a lot of people don't know this, but it actually will leave a protective film. So in a climate such as California, where we've had some humidity, and which is a little more than we usually do, it does protect it from flash rusting, and it gives it that nice dark look and a subtle sheen. As you can see, it's not chrome. It doesn't look overly glossy, which I'm not a big fan of. I know some people like a glossy patina look, and that's their choice and that's their thing. Myself personally, I'm not a fan of it. I'm really not all that into an overly glossy wet look. That's just me. You enjoy what you will, enjoy it if that's what you like. Just me personally, I think that it still looks wet. It doesn't look like it's, I don't know what I really don't know what I'm trying to say. I know I'm probably stepping on some toes, but what I'm trying to really get across is that it's not my style, and I will leave it alone at that. But with the dark patina and some of the light surface rust, you can polish it. You can go at it with the Mothers, and then you can also wax. You can use a wax and give it a subtle rub down, and it will give almost the same effects. But I don't have wax, and I'm good with the Mothers, and I use it on just about anything. For those who like to polish Bakelite radio cabinets and Bakelite in general, you can use it on Bakelite and it works great. Some of the other Bakelite people have suggested Simmerchrome, which is from Germany, and that works really well. That's very comparable to Mothers, and a lot of people like that a lot. And it comes in a little tube, and it's very, it's like a toothpaste tube. Anyways, I like for the cost, the Mothers is a lot easier to get, and it also is better. But anyways, polishes are polishes, and they can all be very good depending on how you use it. So that's a win, I think. I think we're at a win with this Winfield. Winfield. Anyway, sorry, of course, you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. So, she's done. Stay tuned for some photo slides that follow immediately after this wrap-up. Closing remarks. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the stripping and cleaning up process, and you got some ideas how best to do it, and what not to do and what to do, you know. But anyways, that's what we do. We are trying to spread the good word of gentle restoration, gentle cleaning. At least I am. So hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys again very soon. Bye-bye now.